Hey guys, just wanted to make something really quick here. I recently made it to Plat. I want to show off a deck that I just... It's a deck that breezes through gold, but it's not a deck that breezes through Plat. I just want to talk about that. So this is Shark deck. As you can see, it's kind of lagging a lot of URs. No, it doesn't have 2 called, doesn't have 3 max C. It's pretty bad, but here's the list. So we're running the triple beautiful. It's actually an SR, so that's pretty good. But it's also an R, so if you have these, then it's pretty consistent. You can essentially replace these hand trips with anything. I think Nibiru is probably one of the better ones instead of Ash Blossom, but that's just me. The only other thing is that Ash Blossom can counter Max C, so that's another thing you gotta think about. Droll and Lockbird are the same. Ice Knight, I mean, it doesn't give you effect destruction immunities like left and right hand Shark, but it actually gives you another normal summon. So while you can't go into an F-Zero or a Zeus play, you can actually play around Mexi a little bit and give them less advantage while still being able to play. Remora, I would play 1, but I play 2. So if you get the White Mirror, you could get the Search off and add another one. Maybe go for some kind of multi-Xyz combo there. Alright. Silent Angler, you know, you gotta play it. It's staple. You have a water, you play from your hand, you make an Xyz Shokan. It's the Dolphin. Love this card. So it's a special summon from hand if you summon an Xyz monster. Just an extra hand monster that summons itself. Plus, if you go into a different build with Stealth Kraken, you can attach materials and summon more Stealth Kraken spawn, or otherwise, if you have this in the graveyard. It's more of a long-term card, but I think it's still really good. Tenyi, if you don't have any water monsters you can summon, then it's a great starter. Just great. You're not really going to use the second effect that often, though. Lantern Shark. This is kind of just a bad situation card. I mean, if you can Lantern into Buzzsaw, Search, get an Xyz Remora triggered, then you can get a lot of Xyz summons. You can get like 5 Xyz summons, like Abyss Dweller, Toad, Stealth Kraken, and even F-Zero, but... Oof. Yeah, so it can set up some pretty nasty situations. Buzzsaw, what can I say? Summons a fish from the deck. Think of it your Lantern Shark if you want to go for a Valiant Lancer. It can be just your standard Bahamut Shark play. I typically go for Stealth Kraken if I only have the 1. Because if it dies, you can summon 2 Stealth Kraken spawn. That's just me. Raigeki. Raigeki's just really good. I would play more Lightning Storm, but I only have the 1. I think Feather Duster is much better in this deck. But I also think hand traps are better, so it's kind of difficult to say. Dark Ruler no more, obviously if you have it. I think it's also a really good consideration option. Monster Reborn. You put a lot of fish in the graveyard, so it's great as just a follow-up play. So you could recur a Stealth Kraken for some plays, Hope Woven, or even F-Zeros. A lot of people don't expect that you recur into this with either Hope Woven or Monster Reborn, but it can actually turn a lot of situations and just OTK the opponent. So yeah, just great card. Pot. This could shuffle back stuff you need for White Mirror, or this could shuffle back Xyz monsters you need. Same with Sea Nettle. I found that Toad doesn't need to always recur itself. I think it's better to recur the main deck monsters back to your hand. And then you can return your Xyz monsters with Sea Nettle. The second effect is just really not that bad, it's really good. And towards the end of Plat, I decided to start running the 7th one, because why not? It only showed up in a couple of hands, which is obviously the right kind of using this card, but I thought it was fun. I did actually have a game where Honor Dark came clutch, so you know, that was fun. Lightning Storm going second, really good. White Mirror. You fetch a fish, and you get another one. It's really good, kind of, considering the build runs worms, aquas, sea serpents, you know, the whole shtick. Torpedo Takedown. A lot of people don't know how to read. It's a great card. Birds your opponent a tiny bit. It usually never matters. But it can also give you beatdown a little bit that people might not expect if you are able to use it that way. You really want the second effect, which if you get this turn 1, you would detach a material from, say, your Bahamut Shark, and then you like bird your opponent a little, get this graveyard set up. So if you do survive the turn, then you can banish Torpedo Takedown and your Bahamut Shark that probably hit the graveyard because they probably played their Toad. Get 2 cards, or maybe you trigger Ash Blossom, so you can activate your Bussa or your Beautiful, just something, you know. Called by hand traps. I play White Howling a lot because it makes a lot of Sky Striker players scoop. It stops Cyber Dragons. It stops. What are they called? They're like. It's a spellcaster archetype. Can't think of it. What is it? But I'm sure someone will figure it out. But basically, it stops a lot of different archetypes, and it just shuts them down this turn. So you banish a spell card, they can't activate spells that turn. It's kind of broken, but you have to have water monsters on your board, which is one of the reasons we play Stealth Dragon, because it's really good. The other reason we play Stealth Dragon is Goes In Match, so it makes all of their monsters water. The only reason I don't play Goes On Match out the gate is because, again, you have the light monsters, you have Zero, you have Zeus in here. So you kind of want to wait till your opponent summons into a situation where they can't really pull out. Because if you just trigger it during draw phase, then your opponent's just going to, you know, like, try to play around it. I mean, if they know Sharks, then they'll know, like, Stealth Kraken does have that potential. But Stealth Kraken is also one of the stronger monsters to sit on, so it doesn't guarantee it goes in. Odds are it'll get Lightning Stormed, but if you get it off, then that's basically GG, unless they're playing Sharks or Gradles. This for the extra deck. 2 Bahamut Shark into 1 Toad, because Toad's at 1. We're going to play Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller is a great generic Water Xyz monster. Hoboken is really, really, really useful. It can stop beaters that are like 4,000 plus attack, you get them really low, and you can also crash it to recur one of your more important pieces like Stealth Kraken, Honor Dart, F-Zero, just all of them. You can even recur Zeus. You can recur any monster in your graveyard. Honor Arc, Silent Honor Dart can steal monsters and prevent them from hitting Grave, which is really good. Obviously we have the Barbarian, full armor into F-Zero combo for that. Just really good. So the Kraken on its own plays a lot of shenanigans if your opponent doesn't have any bounces or banishes. And then we got Zeus. If your opponent plays a back row deck, then hopefully this stops them. And they don't just kill it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a really good card, can really break a lot of boards if they're struggling to like come back. Yeah, that's the whole deck. It's just, this is what I played. Should probably make some new stuff, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in maybe seeing like more of the ranked experience. Catch y'all later.